ever look at your stash and think, nope, not that paper again? Yeah. Today I'm turning those unloved pages and leftover scraps into something pretty. But here's the question. What if the key to a more beautiful journal isn't buying something new, but hiding what you already have? I started with a page from a scrapbook pad and then layered it with scraps and then cut it out so that I have a bunch of tags. And today I'm going to show you how I made the tags, how I cut stuff apart, and how I decorated the tags. And by the end of this video, you'll get a sense of where I'm going with this project, and you'll also see the journal cover I created using this concept. And I'll be able to show you next week in the video on Friday how I fill it with pages and also the tags. And now I'm cutting this piece into journal pockets for the video, for the journal to come. I started making these pages in my Torn Paper Tuesday video. It's a quiet video with no talking. And it seems as though that's the rhythm I'm getting into. I use my Tuesday video that's quiet and no talking, ASMR kind of thing. And I use that for Friday's video. And I think that'll be keep going. So I have the pockets cut up, and I'll follow the same process. What I've done with these tags is some of them, I've made them the pieces that are layered into a little pocket to hold a circle that you're going to see. I've sewn around it so the edges are secure, and then inked it. And you're going to see me adding some grommets, punching a hole first and then adding the grommet. Yeah, this video is very much sped up. I had it slower initially, and I thought, you don't need to see me inking all of the pages, and you don't need to see me doing all of the grommets and that. I use my Big Bite crocodile, and I love it. What I've found on Amazon are these metal things to put into the hole. It's got a grommet in the front and a little washer in the back. And for me, that's worked the best when I want to strengthen a hole. So I choose, as opposed to often making the hole in the middle, making it, most of them anyhow, to the left. Because I have these little circular metal tags. Are they tags? That fit beautifully into what becomes pockets from doing the layers. So I crimp on both sides, the top and the bottom. I want to be sure that the edges are not sticking up, because these little tags have a string that's old. The whole thing is old. They were originally my mother's, and I don't want them wearing, the string wearing against any sharp part of the grommet. I put it through, as you see, and then tuck it into a pocket. And the next step in the process of making this paper, the scrapbook page that I didn't care for the color, into a tag, the next step is adding a embellishment. Now I chose that piece of paper that I had colored a leaf on, but I wanted to cover it up because the color bothered me. So as you can see, the little tag fits into one of the tucks, and it's a cohesive tag. Working on the next one, similar concept. I've done the grommet and the little tag will slip in. So the embellishment, or the main focal point, the books, are a sticker, as are the one beside it, which is a tall sticker, and obviously that one doesn't have a tuck. It's actually upside down, so that what would be a tuck is they're held down. And some of these I'm going to make it that way. This one I'm going to add a label and write something on the label next week, probably, when I put it into the journal that I'm going to make with these. And the cover, you'll see it at the end. I made similar concept of putting strips of paper that I've torn, but these, well, you'll see at the end. So we've got a number of options, and I'm choosing the one I like, and then I'll glue it on, and we'll have another tag. Now there are 6 altogether. I won't show you all 6 today because it's just an exploration of how to make these into tags and make the most out of the torn strips. Yeah, in Tuesday's torn paper of this week, so 3 days ago, I discovered different ways of putting down the glue to glue the strips in. The first set, this one here that you're looking at from the first page, yeah, it was a little awkward, but by the time I got to the second page, gluing down the strips onto the page, I'd come up with a better solution. I don't know, have you tried that before? I'm sure you have a basket of scraps or box or a container from past projects. And I'm guessing you might even have a pad of paper that isn't your favorite, or at least all of the pages aren't your favorite. Often in scrapbook pads, they'll do a coordinating set. Now this paper pad had a white background, which works well for tags because, you want to be able to write on the back of the tag. And it was a lightweight, paperweight scrapbook pages, so adding the layered torn bits on top and then sewing around it was useful for giving it a little bit of heft, but not too much bulk. Yeah, that's the better word. So I have 2 more to do. 4 done, 2 more. I'll finish those 4 in a bit. You'll see them next Friday as I put them in the pockets and place them on the page with a similar style cover. I like choosing different colors. This is how I keep the foam for my when I ink. I had enough wooden parts for distressing, but then I started collecting both oxide distress and regular, and I couldn't remember which color was which, and so I came up with that idea of just putting them in with Velcro, the one side of Velcro. I think the loop side, I don't know, and whatever the opposite is to the way you attach it to the wooden handle. And this has been working great for me because, as you saw when I opened it up, I have the colors just noted on the thing, and I just slide it onto a shelf. It's at hand. So I want to put a topper on this one because, of course, I didn't put a grommet in because this one doesn't have a tuck from the torn pieces of paper. And I thought, why not washi? I'm trying to use up all kinds of things, whether it's scrapbook paper or it's the paper left over from other projects, or it's washi. Yeah, I've been doing this junk journaling for more than 4 years. And And there's a lot in my scrap room. So there's the cover started, and it's made all from the scrapbook, but coordinating in colors and coordinating 4 different pages. And next week you're going to see me finish it and put in elements that are all from Torn Paper Tuesday experiences. Take care. It's Lori at Pause Thanks Living, and I look forward to seeing you again. Bye for now.